Alrighty, folks, welcome. It's February 21st, 2024. We don't take L's, and we never will. Welcome to the Geekdom 101 show, and we're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 102, and for the first time in a long time, I'm actually looking forward to talking about the manga. I know that this chapter was very well received. I have proof of it, and I'll talk about that here in a moment. This chapter almost universally praised by Dragon Ball fans, both in America and outside of it, both fans who grew up with Z or Kai, fans who started earlier or later. It's almost universally praised, and I'm not even sure Toyotaro really understands how divisive his manga is every month, and how a lot of people really don't like the manga, and those who don't like the manga, we're still giving this chapter its props. There are still some saying, give it time. It might end up sucking. Sure, maybe it will, but right now, that's not the case, because chapter 102 was great. I did my review yesterday. It's up on the channel right now. If you have not checked it out, it's on the Geekdom 101 channel. Went into my thoughts and why I thought it was so great. The only thing that I'm sort of trying to come to terms with now, the only thing that I'm really now thinking about, is, was it my favorite chapter of all time? Because I really sat here and I was thinking, when it comes to Super, right, what my favorite chapter of all time was. And to be honest, it's nothing from the run, it's not going to be anything from the, pre-Moro run. None of the Goku Black episodes, or not episodes, but chapters, or the Tournament of Power chapters really captured me that much. Universe 6 had a couple of banger chapters. I remember liking that in the manga. And then Battle of Gods was whatever, you don't even have to read it at this point. But so I think my favorite chapter up until this point was probably something around Moro, maybe the Four Spirit Fission episode, or the chapter. I keep saying episode like it's an anime. It's the Super Manga, and I liked the Moro chapter where they actually beat Moro. I also liked the early ones when they first fought him and he turned off their transformation. That was awesome. But do I like that more than this? Probably. I think that maybe those aged better. And I remember having a lot of fun with it when it came out. Granted, the Moro arc wound up having problems later on. The early Moro arc I thought was great. Granola had a lot of issues. The best chapters of Granola that really were relatively fun to read was the Ultra Ego Vegeta stuff. The stuff with Bardock, I couldn't even stand it. I did videos about it. I did not like that, the many retcons they put in there. I didn't like that. I liked Gas probably more than a lot of other people did, as a villain. I saw a lot of folks don't like Gas. I thought he was fine. Maybe not the best final villain, right? I liked the whole Alex stuff. That was cool. And, but the problem with the Granola arc is it's got one of the worst chapters in the history of Dragon Ball Super. I've talked about it in videos before, and it's that one chapter where Granola finds the Dragon Ball, where he just happens to come home on the day that they discover it after 50 years or whatever. That's some of the laziest writing in the history of Dragon Ball. So the Granola arc, while it does have its highs, its lows are pretty low, because I despise that chapter. But like I said in my review, when it came to chapter 102, very few flaws. Very few flaws. I don't like Goku's line about Super Saiyan 2 and 3. I talked about that in the review. And the Goten and Trunks doing Gotenks, I don't know, man. They're going for the same gag, one right after the other. We just saw Gotenks in the superhero story. We just saw him in the manga. For them to mess it up again and make it into a gag, that was, to me, not the best idea. But I'm going to give a big but here. when Gotenks asked 15 and Carmine, when he asked them, oh, can you make sure you erase the footage of us after fighting or whatever, like that we lost? Don't record it. That was actually funny. So that was a good punchline. I'm probably gonna say that punchline was, for me, anyways, was worth the the lack of like the lack of creativity. You know what I mean? The repetitiveness of it all. But it's good though. It's good, and I'm hoping that that what they're doing is they're building up to the eventual reveal of teenage Gotenks. You know what I mean? Like what I'm hoping for, and it's not a good idea, dude, to like quote unquote hope, and to say, oh well, it's obviously going here when it might not. But let's say that it does go there. And what I mean by going there is Gotenks actually, they do the fusion correctly and we get the real teenage Gotenks. That's going to be a big moment. I think that'll be a big moment. I think a lot of Goten Trunks fans are going to feel redeemed because they haven't had a good moment since Dragon Ball Z, really, when you think about it. In many ways, Gotenks was kind of always comedy fodder. I have a video coming out about that probably this weekend. Hopefully they are going somewhere to at least give Gotenks one more hurrah, even if it's just one more, with the correct fusion. It feels like Goten and Trunks really, they kind of became they only serve their purpose being one half of Gotenks. That's how it is nowadays. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about all that and more today. I got some people who are going to be coming in. I'm going to be taking calls from the members only Discord server. If you want to join the server, click the join button on any video or any video on the channel and then watch the video there. It'll give you information on the perks and the benefits of being a member of the Geekdom 101 channel. And very soon I'm going to be putting the Twitch. I'm going to put a secret link to the Twitch streams on here as well, the Dragon Ball Twitch streams. So that should be a good time. So let me go ahead and take y'all over here for a minute. So I did this poll a day ago, yesterday, and I asked y'all, what did you think about Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 102? Now again, it's not a very big amount of people. 14,000 votes. It's still a lot of people. Like 14,000. It's not like the biggest chunk of the channel, but 14,000 is still a lot of people. Like that's about as much. That's more than AEW's drawing tonight. That's 10,000 more than what AEW's drawing for Dynamite tonight. So it's like, you know what I mean? 14,000 votes. 59% said I loved it. And that's usually rare because I noticed that on this channel, even though it does tend to lean more positive, I usually get the I liked it answer. You know what I mean? I usually see that more than I would see I loved it. But people really loved this chapter. Where the hell are my headphones? So that's, me taking a poll. I didn't get to read the comments on that, and I might check them out after the stream tonight to see what y'all were saying. I'm talking about like in the community tab. Or you can always leave the comment here. Don't forget that we are live. If you have a question and you want to have your question read, submit it as a super chat, and I will do that, as well as your comments and thoughts on Chapter 102. First of all, let me get to, I already got some in here. Let me get to the ones we've already got. I'm going to clear some of these out. So let's go ahead and go over to the chapter. Here it is. First, the first super chat comes from Sleep, who says, love this chapter, easily the best chapter we've had in a while. Read it 4 times already. See, that's interesting. I've only read it twice. And I read it twice, once to review and once again to review, like for the review purposes. I have not gone back to read it since the review. But it's good to know that you're having a good time with it. That it is good to know that. Justin Sullivan says, hey, Danny, I have a great 2 month. I have had a great 2 months recently. I got my driver's license and had my 26th birthday last week. Damn, man. You didn't get your license till you're 26. That's 10 years late, bro. But you know what? Better late than never. And this week, I read a legendary Spider-Man story, that being the night Gwen Stacy died. Yeah, the death of Gwen Stacy is very legendary. Made Green Goblin a very hated villain. Even though he bit it right after. I have been eating good. That's from Justin Sullivan. I've had a pretty good couple of weeks as well. By the way, if you're stopping by the stream right now, leave a like. We got over 600 people in here and 190 likes, and that's not acceptable, man. Let's get those likes up. Justin Sullivan says, I had a great last few weeks. Well, you said 2 months. I guess that would be the last few weeks. Double A says, I wonder if Broly will get Super Saiyan God. They have enough Saiyans for it at Beerus' planet. Would it be a good or a bad idea? He should probably get something. He should probably get something similar, but have it be something that he does himself. That's the way I see it, you know. But Broly and Gohan, I have a weird feeling that Broly and Gohan is going to happen next month. Or not next month, the month after. I think next month will be mostly Goku and Gohan. And then we're going to get Broly and Gohan after that. Now, I'm assuming all of y'all have read the chapter by now. I would assume so. I'm doing the reviews now separately from the streams, because now I can do the review, then the stream. And that works out better for both you guys and myself. We can cut to the chase a lot faster. Combinator King, what a name. His super chat question is, will Gohan win? I have a feeling that what they're going to do with this fight with Goku and Gohan, I have a feeling that they're going to basically make it into like a situation where they're going to show that Gohan might be physically stronger than Goku, but because he's not the martial artist Goku is, he's not going to win. Goku will outsmart him instead of beating him on power. That's my prediction. I think it'll eventually lead to Gohan, training under the gods, whether it be now or built up for later. So either way, it's a win-win. It's not going to be a definitive victory here. King Hawk, do you think that Gotenks can learn these new forms fast like he did in the Buu Saga? Probably not the God forms. The God forms require a little bit more knowledge. I don't think they're going to be able to pull that off as kids. I could, of course, be wrong on that. I feel that the God forms are a whole new world for Gotenks. Leave a like, man. We're almost at 700 people and we got 262 likes, man. Leave a like. It doesn't cost you anything. Just go down and push the like button on the video. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it helps me out. Come on, do me that favor. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate it. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. Chris LFC92 says, fans calling Beast an asshole and keeping up with MUI Goku clearly haven't watched DBZ. Gohan has always had this potential shown from day one. Yes, he has. And it's also been explained. He's always had this potential. He's always been a hybrid. This is nothing new. It's just, I find it really weird that people are like this about Dragon Ball, because I swear to God, 2 years ago when Gohan first busted out this form, everybody was happy. Now all of a sudden everybody wants to be miserable. This is why I don't interact on social media as much as I used to, because I cannot stand people and their damn like bipolarness in this fandom, dude. Like, okay, why is it a problem now? Why wasn't it an ass pull 2 years ago? Yeah, I'm sure it was an ass pull. A lot of this Gohan shit is an ass pull. That's nothing new. But why complain about it now if this has not always been the case? You know, that's where I'm kind of confused. Carlin Ray says, my money's on Goku barely winning with Gohan having higher AP. Attack, that's what I'm saying, attack power. The fight between them is so fire. DBS is fire right now. I agree. Dragon Ball Super has not been this fire in a long time. In a long time. Omega TKJ gifted 5 Geekdom memberships. Thank you for the gifted memberships, brother. And if you receive a gifted membership in the chat, make sure you thank whoever gifts it to you. So if you were one of the ones that got the gifted memberships from the Omega TKJ, give them a thank you, man. It's the polite thing to do. It's the right thing to do. I would appreciate that. Jeb Cohen says, I would love it if Dragon Ball went back to the real emotions of people dying. Black Frieza interrupts the fight. Beerus steps in and gets killed. Maybe dumb thought, but something like this. I wouldn't say dumb thought. The only problem is that they once again said that Frieza has not hit God Destruction level. Which is... I have comments on that I'll save for another video. It's fucking stupid if you ask me. But as far as Dragon Ball going back to real emotion of people dying, that's going to be hard for them to pull off because nobody believes anything anymore because we're still in the time between the end of Z and the end of the Buu Saga. We're still in the 10-year time area. So we know everybody survives. And also Toriyama always gives happy endings. So I think people already know, people are already up to the game. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's going to be hard to go back to it, but obviously going past the end of Z, I think they can get back to the emotions like that. But we can still get other emotions too, even if it's not that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Justin Sullivan asks, what do you think Frieza's planning? I think he's planning to overthrow the gods of destruction. Did a video about that a while ago, maybe 2 years ago. It was a while ago. Almost 800 people. Leave a like if you're stopping by. It doesn't cost you anything. At the bottom of the stream, push the like button for me. I appreciate you. Jao Pedroza says, Whis mentions that all Saiyajins on Earth can turn to Super Saiyan. Is this hinting there's still Saiyans on other planets of Universe 7? Yeah, bro. Like Tarble, for example. Did you forget about Tarble? Tarble, who was mentioned in Battle of Gods in the Son Goku story that was written by Toriyama and seen in the Broly movie. You forgot about Tarble, bro? Yes, that's what it means, brother. You forgot about Tarble. You know what? I think Toriyama forgot about Tarble too, bro. But Toyotaro didn't because he put that line there. Shadow Saint 21. Do you think it's possible that Carmine will get hired by Capsule Corp but double cross them later on? No. That's not happening. He has nothing to offer Capsule Corp. Dr. Heto's at least a genius. What does he have to offer? What does Carmine do? Why? Like, what's he going to do? Be a janitor? No, I think they'll probably end up putting Carmine in jail or something like that for kidnapping Pan and after the arc is over or something. I don't know. Matthew Webster says, do you think we could possibly see Piccolo go to Beerus' planet where Goku wants to face his new form, but Vegeta demands turn fight, and we get Vegeta versus Piccolo for the first time ever? Yeah, any of that's possible. Yeah, are you asking me if it's possible? Yes. Is it going to be next chapter? Probably not. Could it be in like 2 or 3 chapters? Sure. Why not? Why not have everybody fight everybody? Why not? Let's you know what? If this entire year is just random training battles between our heroes, I would be fine with that. I would actually be okay with that. At least it's something we haven't seen before. You know, if the whole year is going to be Vegeta versus Piccolo, Vegeta versus Gohan, Gohan versus Broly, Goku versus Piccolo, whatever combinations you want to come up with, if that's what this is, I'd rather that than them retell the movie and still retell the movie. You know what I'm saying? So yes. Beastly Man 114 says, I really believe the Black Frieza arc will end with Vegeta using Hakai to end Frieza for good. What do you think? I think I've said that like maybe 7 or 8 times by now. I did a whole video on it years ago. Yeah, I've been saying that for a while, bro. So you ain't the only one that thinks that. And I think it's the most appropriate ending to the Frieza character when they get there. I think that is the most appropriate ending to the Frieza character. But if that happens, Frieza cannot come back. That's it. No more resurrections. I don't want to see him come back, bro. He's my favorite character, yes. After he gets killed by Vegeta, if it is a Hakai, especially where he's wiped away from existence, I think that should be it for Frieza. That's it. Bringing him back over and over again has run its course, I think, if after Vegeta gets the kill. So, there you go. All right, let's go ahead and take some calls here. I'm going to bring some people in. Here's somebody who I haven't brought in for a long time, bro. JD.
I guess.
JD, you're live.
Hey, what's up?
Your audio quality's not too great.
Hang on one second.
That-
do you need me to turn it up, or
No,
is it just like
your audio quality? The quality is bad. Are you using a bad mic or something?
No, I'm using my Asus microphone. I could switch to my Corsair one if you think that's better.
I don't know, bro. I just can't. I don't know. You don't usually don't sound this muffled. You know what I'm saying?
If you want, if you give me like a minute, you can put me back in the chat. I can switch out my mic.
All right, I'll bring somebody else in the meantime. All right, in the meantime, let me go ahead and bring in Anand. Hold on. All right, Anand, hello?
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, perfect.
All right, man. Give me your thoughts on chapter 102.
This was again like kind of like last chapter, a pretty good setup for the next one, because like the main chapter was not of Goku versus Gohan, was more for Goten and Trunks doing the shenanigans and then setting us for a fat big disappointment of that.
Well,
What was hilarious about the fusion was that they literally said they've been practicing for like properly for this.
yeah, which is a lie, or they're being buried by Toyotaro.
Yeah, because the worst part is that we have not seen the full Gotenks version, the teen Gotenks version, the proper form. We have seen them doing it in the movie and in practice, but all of them are off screen.
Yeah,
Which
so
was the worst.
so we don't even know if they're being honest or not, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. At least, or if Toyota is going to do that joke, if it at least said, okay, the last time I did that was against the Cell Max fight, so he could be like, okay, my skills are still a bit rusty. He could at least said that, okay, that would have made some sort of sense.
Right.
But this one was like, he was like, I just want to rush up to Gohan versus Goku.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Other than that, the chapter was pretty excellent.
all right, well, my last question is 103. Who's gonna win?
Goku, very much.
You think Goku's gonna beat Gohan?
Yeah, because
I know what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna real quick. I'm gonna actually ask people in the chat right now. Hold on. The people in the chat right now, I'm gonna ask who wins the fight next month, Goku or Gohan. Make sure you vote. We're gonna take a tally right now. Vote on who you think's gonna win the fight next month, Goku or Gohan. Now I'm letting them pick, but go ahead, bro. Finish your point.
the one thing is, see, with Gohan's like experience with the form right now is not as much with Goku with his Ultra Instinct, and when Gohan transformed to his Beast mode, unlike how Beerus reacted to Goku achieving the Silverhead Ultra Instinct from here, where he was looking at saying, okay, this is how you should treat the form aspect, as it is, and he was very proud of it. But when he was seeing Gohan Beast's reaction, he was, looking at it saying like, is this worth of my time? That kind of reaction might be giving. Apart from, of course, those two, like, what do you say, rummaging his old planet. But
I didn't really see it like that. But okay.
Yeah, but because it'll be close, it'll definitely be close. But I'm still thinking like Goku, because of one thing, she experienced, the amount of techniques he has, and the way at least he had trials.
Yeah.
He had a lot of trials with the form, so he could use it. And plus, he has is Susano. If suppose things go that much haywire,
I don't think he will use. I don't think that's happening. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna use.
I don't think he'll use it. But I'm saying, like, even let's say, he was gonna go into the brink of that. even that will still be overpowering Gohan if he's going to bring to that, which I don't think will happen. But so
Yeah, I mean,
yep,
combat
Goku
wise,
wins.
yeah, that's how it is combat wise. Looking at the polls right now, and by the way, don't forget to vote, y'all. We're still taking votes right now. It's in the chat room. If you're watching live, there should be a option to vote here right now. It's actually not a landslide right now. 56% of the people have voted for Goku. 44% have voted for Gohan. So right now Goku is winning, but he's not landsliding it, bro. People believe in Gohan. Y'all believe in Gohan, and I'm okay with that. I'm not making fun of you for it. I'm not being a snob, saying, oh, how could you? No, I understand. Listen, I completely understand why Toriyama and Toyotaro would write Goku to win. I also understand why Toriyama and Toyotaro might write Gohan to win. And neither outcome bothers me that much because ultimately they're on the same side and it's going to make both of them better fighters by the end of it. This is what I try to tell people. But again, when you're dealing with a fandom that has a lot of people that are immature, it becomes a war every month on social media about who's stronger and this and that. When it's like, fuck, bro, they're not going to try and kill each other. It's not even that serious. Like, they're on the same side. I think it's far more interesting when you're talking about power when it comes to the villains and how strong they are in comparison to the good guys, because then we have a story. You know, that's the way I see it.
Yeah, that is why I said like this is another huge setup for many things in the future, because one and other thing is confirmed as Goku's going to fight against Piccolo. That means that
Well,
he's
he
going to
wants
bring
to.
Piccolo.
He wants to. I can't. You can't say confirmed yet. He wants to. This is, I mean, bro. How many times they said Sadala and we're still not there? Like, you know what I mean? I'm done. Like saying unless it's for real. It's, you know what I'm saying. But I hope it happens. I mean, I hope it does happen. You know.
Yeah, see, that's what. So I'm like, from the way he was teasing it, it's like, going to be likely that Piccolo is going to be on the Beerus's planet again, like Goten and Trunks. So the thing is,
I hope so.
The potential of what these guys have is what is more interesting to me than the actual fight which is going on right now. Because Goten and Trunks is literally as much as potentially potent as compared even with Gohan as well, because they are being half human and half Saiyans. So, and unlike Gohan, they're actually interested in, improving their skills, fighting and everything. Because at the end of CV, like, it's a coincidental drop. But the thing is, when people were discussing about the chapter, and then when the end of the DLC came out, people were kind of started to complain about, oh, Gohan literally said this in the game, like, it's been so long since I've trained, and I don't want to be, I don't want to be in the spotlight. So his potential, if Toriyama is going to stick to that sort of ending for, like, that sort of road for
That's a good point.
Gohan, even for the end of the, so that will be but Goten and Trunks, on the other hand, has way more open potential of what they have.
Yeah, I've got a video. I got a video. I think I'm gonna put it out on Saturday. Actually, I think I'm gonna put it out on Saturday or Sunday. It's called "Rebuilding Goten and Trunks," right? And the video is basically gonna be about that. About like, I think the time is now to pull the trigger on Goten and Trunks. I think that they've teased them a lot. I think that we've seen them have, a nice run in the Buu saga, and since then they've been like a joke, really, like even bigger, much of a joke than they were against Super Buu. This is the time now to rebuild them, and I have a whole video about that coming out. So
exactly, so it's like kind of like it's people are preparing for, like, a lot of people are preparing for Black Frieza. That is what it seems, including if Piccolo also comes on Beerus's planet, so he could tap into God Ki. And because that is also going to that route. Because remember, if you, in a superhero arc, he was saying he was having trouble trying to focus his mind, which is kind of similar to what Goku was having trouble with. So if that route, if he's going to take that route, then if he's going to come on Beerus's planet, then won't be too sure if he's going to tap into God Ki. That is one thing.
right.
But another interesting thing, what I've noticed, that did you notice this thing, Carmine and number 15, by having a camera on and recording everything?
Yes, I talked about it. Yeah, in the review. Of course, I did.
Yeah. So it kind of reminds me of the whole, the Dr. Shiro's spy bot, which was recording all of Goku's battles on Earth and everything.
but it was also recording data too. You know what I mean? These for that reason. But what's your point about 15 and Carmine?
So this is the first time that Red Ribbon Army has data on literal gods, like including Beerus and Whis and their existence.
Yeah, but neither one
So
of those guys are scientists, bro. Like, I don't think that matters. Like, they don't know who. Like, they might have. Oh wow, we get to see gods and all that. But like, there's what are they gonna do with it? You know what I mean?
the thing is, if this is going to milk the already dead cow, if they're going to do that route, then yeah, Red Ribbon Army can come back with a more bigger android,
No,
stronger, even potential gods.
no,
But
no,
but
please, no, no
I
more.
know it is a dead cow. It is a dead cow. But if they're going to have funds, it's going to if they're going to join Heroes' party along with Capsule Corp, then that could be even useful as well in terms of their funding that they have. So, but yeah, that's another Easter egg which I found, which
I wouldn't
the Red
call it an
Ribbon
Easter.
Army have been spying on.
I wouldn't call that an Easter egg. I think that's just a teaser for other things. But I wouldn't call it an
Yeah,
Easter egg because that's part of the story. Them being there was part of the story. An Easter egg is more so like
yeah,
something that's hidden there. You know what I'm saying? So, all
yeah. The
right.
hidden detail which can lead to a kind of new things. But yeah.
Okay, well, it could. Hopefully, it will. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by, bro. I'm gonna put you in the waiting room, and always welcome.
Yep. Thank you for having me, bro. As
Y-
usual.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the next guest here. Okay. Let's try JD again.
Okay.
Okay. We're trying again with you, JD.
All right, can you hear me now?
Way better. I don't know
I
what
changed
you
my mic.
did. Yeah. Okay. Don't use the other mic ever again, bro.
People said in your chat they could hear me, but I guess on your
I
end you
could
couldn't.
no, I could hear you too. It just you sounded very muffly, and I've talked to you before, and I know you've sounded better, and that's why I told you they haven't talked to you before, but I have. That's how I know that the audio quality from before was garbage compared to the one that you're using now.
All right, well, I guess Corsair it is. That's what I'm
Yes,
using. So.
stick with it. All right. So, chap. Oh, one more thing before we get to your thoughts. I liked when they busted out the Cyclone Tornado. I didn't even say this in the review, but that's the move that Goten and Trunks used to kill that giant T-Rex android from the very, very, very first superhero prelude chapter, and that was cool seeing that again. But well, I'm asking you the same question I asked Anon, which is, what did you think about Chapter 102? And we'll talk about predictions for the winner of the Goku Gohan fight afterward. But first, Chapter 102.
So I really enjoyed it. Again, it's a step up from everything we gotten in 2023. I did have some criticisms though. When Goku was still on Earth before he teleported everyone to Beerus's planet, I didn't like the fact that Goku's there. He sees Trunks and Goten, and he doesn't make a comment on the fact that they're older now. That they're taller and everything. I feel like it was a good moment to have like maybe a little gag moment with Goku or something. About how he's just been out of the loop with his family and friends. So I wish Toyotaro had some piece of dialogue to show like, hey, Goten, you're a little bit taller than I remember, but he didn't do that. Same thing with Pan.
You
No
know
mention of
what?
Pan.
You know what? That's a great point. I didn't even think of that.
Same
You're
thing with Vegeta. Like Vegeta sees Trunks, he's like, oh, Trunks, you're a little bit taller than I remember. Back before this, you were a pipsqueak. It's like, I mean, it just seems a little like a missed opportunity. If you ask me.
right. You're right about that. That was a missed opportunity. I didn't even think of that till just now. I didn't
And like,
even
he
think. I
wasted
didn't
so
even
much panels
fucking think of that
on the
till
red
now.
ribbon. He had some panels on the red ribbon, but like not anything on the fact that his
Why the
youngest son
fuck?
is.
Why the fuck did they acknowledge them, bro? What? Wow. That you know what? That kind of brings the chapter down a little tiny bit for me. Not a
That was
lot,
the
but
first thing that stuck out. The first thing that stuck out was that I was like, wait, really? This is Goku's first
see
interaction with them
that
post
didn't stick.
superhero.
That didn't stick out for me at all. But now it does. Now that you mention it, yeah, yeah.
So that was the first thing. The second thing was that when they did teleport to Beerus's world, of course, you have them do the sparring. I did like the fact that they included Trunks and Goten. The only issue that I had is, again, after seeing after seeing superhero, after them learning to in the manga, like when they were fighting as the superhero kind of masquerade, I was hoping they would not mess up the fusion. So when they mess up the fusion again, especially when both the movie hinted that they seem to have done it right at the end of the film, I was a little bit kind of annoyed by that. So that's the second criticism. And then the third criticism is that
the Goku line, the Super Saiyan 2 or 3.
yeah, that
I hated
irked
that.
me.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
But other than that, the panels were good. Of course, a lot of people were commenting on the Beast Gohan missing his pupils thing, and then people were thinking it was like a new version of Beast. Again, Toyotaro already said he literally just
Yeah,
forgot to draw the
Toyotaro said he
pupils.
forgot to draw him. That's it. That's all that is. Yeah,
Same
he
thing with
bungled
Bardock's
up.
car.
But of course, it doesn't help people from making videos saying, "Hey guys, what if?" You know, which for all we know, that maybe it's one of them like what do you call them? One of them like it's a long shot, but if you nail it, like you get props, and if you don't, you kind of are overthinking. It's not a big deal though.
Yeah, but the fighting was really good. You know, Goku and Vegeta seem, or not Goku, Goku and Beast seem very kind of evenly matched with a lot of their blows that they were trading. The only issue that I have is it seems like what's about to happen is, again, this is a training arc. I'm very surprised that they haven't released like a trailer to promote whatever this new post superhero aftermath thing is. I feel like they would have had a trailer. You know, they didn't have it at Jump Festa. They didn't have it in January, so it's very
Then
possible
the
that
next
they're
arc they will. For
yeah,
whatever.
I guess this really is just sort of like you know, the aftermath of superhero, and they're just gonna eventually move quickly into whatever the next story is gonna be. But the thing is if this is going to be like a little couple of sparring matches, you know, Goku versus Beast, which will probably conclude next chapter, I am hoping and wanting to see. You know, is Vegeta going to jump in and fight Beast? Is it then going to be Broly, you know,
All
fighting?
that shit. Give it
Like
all
I
to
think,
me. Give it
and I
all
think
to me.
and all of the comments that Broly's been stating, like he's like, oh, all these Saiyans can turn Super Saiyan at will. I think, like Jordan says, I think it is gonna end with him eventually stepping in to fight one of them, maybe all of them, like some kind of brawl, and then it will end with Broly getting some kind of new form. I do want to see them incorporate the you know the Wii staff, like that training room that they had in anime where they
Of
like
course.
have all the God Ki around them. I want to see them just put like either Trunks and Goten in there and Broly, so that way they can, because they should get much stronger being in that kind of room, with key control. So that would be something that I would like to see. But the biggest thing, and I want to keep people reminded of this, is that this arc, like when we got into the training aspect of this, again, what did Chilai say last chapter? You know, what are you guys gonna do if Black Frieza shows up right here, right now? That is
It
like
was good foreshadowing if they're
it's
going there.
100%,
If they're going there.
100%
Yeah.
foreshadowing. Like the how big the panel
What
is,
if
like
what
how
if what if he shows up and kills her, bro?
that
Oh
would be
man.
crazy. But
Oh man.
I think that's how whatever direction these
Dude,
training matches are gonna go in is it's probably gonna end with Frieza just showing up randomly on Beerus's world. I think that's literally how it's gonna end at some point.
if Frieza shows up and kills Chilai and then Broly snaps, my God, that's an all-time great moment. I know that's dark. It's kind of like how a few years ago I said, man, what if somebody killed Pan? That's what could lead to Gohan going nuts, or Videl or whatever. Like, I like it though. I say go there. It's a fucking anime. There's way more gruesome anime out there than Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is very, like, when it comes to anime and manga, it's very tame, even in its most violent, compared to a lot of other shit, yo. That we have manga out there that's just 10 times gorier and darker and you know. I say go for it. I say have Broly kill the bitch, bro. Just imagine that.
I think something. I mean, I don't know if it'll be that dark, but that would be very welcomed if we see something like that. I just think again, it's just going to end with Frieza showing up at some point after they have all their sparring matches, and the whole point of this is it's just to give people an idea of where they are at, like you know, in relative superhero.
Right.
And then what can happen is once if Frieza does indeed show up on Beerus's world, which would be crazy because, you know, some people might ask, how would he get there? Well, there's two ways. I mean, Frieza's obviously learned to hone his ki, and he could probably sense Goku and Vegeta's ki since they're all there, and Beast, you know, is there as well. The other option, of course, would be Zuno. You get the location of Beerus's world from Zuno if he did ask those questions. And like I mentioned to you before, you know, with the Supreme Kai link, that would be dangerous information if Beerus had, or
Yeah,
Frieza had access to that.
we've been discussing. Yeah, we discussed that last month, and I think we talked about it before then, even. Like,
Yeah,
like
but
that was like 2021. Yeah, go ahead.
But I honestly think Beerus is like on suicide watch. I really think, based off all the comments he's made from the last chapter and kind of where we're headed, I really think we're about to see him fight. Whether it's going to be, you know, Broly, Goku, Vegeta, whether it's going to be Frieza, probably Frieza, but something's going to happen. He's going to fight finally, and he's going to get beat. where he's going to have a very, very high diff kind of situation with Frieza. And even if he edges out Frieza, then, with Frieza scheming, he could have the Supreme Kai captured or something like that. But that's what's going to happen. I think this is Beerus's, like, where we're headed. I think Beerus is going to be on a very uh, we might not see him very much longer.
You said suicide watch. I don't think you meant. I don't think you phrased that properly.
I meant, like, based off the statements he made, it makes it seem like he's really gonna, be taken out of the story at some point.
That's not suicide. That's not suicide watch. Suicide watch is that you have to be kid that he's threatening to kill himself. That's not what's happening. What you're saying is you think he's in the dead pool. He's gonna end up dying.
Yeah, that's probably better. Yeah, you're right.
That's probably what you mean. Yeah, and then that's fine. So right now the poll, it's still active right now. Keep voting if you haven't, and leave a like. We're almost at 1,000 people and a little under 500 likes. At least get me over 500 likes, man. I appreciate it. So to the poll right now, 56% Goku, 44% Gohan. So Goku is still edging out the the poll. Let me answer this super chat question. I got 3 more here. One from Ginger Adventure, who writes, think they should bring in Elder Kai to understand his new power past Ultimate? I don't know.
Maybe they mean unlock. They might mean unlock. Like,
or are they
power further?
Probably. Or are they going to understand how Beast works with Whis? I don't think you're using the word understand properly, because he used it twice and neither time made any sense. As far as bringing in the Elder Kai to unlock his power, the biggest video I've ever done is a 2 million view video called Ultimate Gohan Explained. You need to watch that, because if you watch that video, you'd understand that his power's already been unlocked. And yeah, I know it was unlocked twice, but after the Supreme Kai ritual, I highly doubt it can go up any further. He can't do anything more. If there's any more unlocking, it'll have to be from another god or somebody higher, because at this point, he can't do anything more, bro. Like, Gohan is Gohan. So I'm not sure if the word understand was being, like, I get, maybe you're right about unlock, but then he used understand the second time, so it's a little confusing on that. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Austo La Vista, that's pretty clever, says, can't they do the god ritual on Broly now since they have enough Saiyans in one place? I think somebody already asked that earlier or something similar to it. Sure, they could. I don't think they're going in that direction, but they could. They could do it on they could do it on Goten Trunks. They could do it on a lot of people. Joseph Lipkin says, so if Gohan doesn't one-shot Goku and isn't holding back, can we all agree that Black Frieza is way stronger and Gohan ain't the strongest mortal Whis and the Oracle Fish is describing? That remains to be seen, as you said. They were hinting. The end of chapter, I think it was 98 or whatever, the one where Black Frieza showed up, or 88. The end of that chapter hinted that the strongest was coming, and I think a lot of people thought it was going to be Gohan, but it might not be. That might be a fake out. They might be telling us that because there's somebody else showing up later on.
They left it intentionally vague.
Somebody's asking me if Goten and Trunks can use the Potara's. Why couldn't they? What's stopping them from? Why can they not use them? Context clues, man. So, anyways, if Gohan beats Goku, I know what he's saying. I think what Joseph Lipkin is saying is that if Gohan does not one-shot Goku the way Frieza did, that would pretty much make you think Frieza is stronger, and that does make sense. But also understand that Goku was also fighting gas at that time, and this Goku is fresh as a daisy. So that might not be the only thing. That might not be the only factor here. Goku, when Frieza one-shotted him, was fighting gas, and him and Vegeta had fought Granola, and like, he wasn't exactly at 100% here. So, yes, that one-shotting was crazy, and I still think it's one of the nuttiest feats we've ever seen. But don't let that one thing be the only indicator. I think we have to hear what Whis says.
We also don't know how much time has passed since when Frieza showed up, and then when they moved into the superhero timeline. Because for all we know, Frieza could have went back in the time chamber for however long he wanted to do it.
He could have, yeah. Devonte Gibson says Broly should spar with Goten and Trunks, Gotenks, and teach them how to transform easily since they are the most adept at transformations. I don't know about that. It's never been stated they're the most adept at transformations. That's never been said before. So I'm not sure where you got that from. As far as Broly sparring with Goten and Trunks, I have a feeling that's going to be a comedy thing if they do it. Like, I don't think they'll be able to help themselves. You know what I mean? I think it'll be comedy no matter what. And I also feel like, I don't know, man. Like, I wouldn't hate it, but Broly teaching them something is weird because the dude's like kind of a caveman, and they're kind of way smarter than he is in a way. So it might be too soon for that. That might work. That might work for later.
They're just being used as an example of other Saiyans who also can transform into these forms at will. It's just all to show Broly, like, hey, here's all these examples of people who have their power under control to some degree. That's what the whole purpose of that is.
But Broly's not there yet.
He's not there yet. But
Yeah.
by seeing all these fights and these sparring matches, it's going to lead to him wanting to join in to do another sparring match, for serious. And then he may eventually, through all the battles he's watching, he may eventually tap into some kind of Kale controlled form. Or,
You know what I
like
think? What you just said. You know what would be awesome, bro, if that does happen, and then Goten and Trunks are the ones that name the form. I like the idea of Goten and Trunks naming forms now, since we saw it this chapter.
Yeah. I definitely could see them doing that because they're obviously there for comedy relief and other kind of wholesome moments. So I think that could happen if Broly goes in that direction.
Yes, I do. I think that is, yes. I think we're seeing that.
I am hoping they bring Orange Piccolo to Beerus' world too, because I would love to see a Goku Orange Piccolo fight. That would be amazing.
I almost think that would be too easy for Goku, because we haven't seen enough of Orange Piccolo that's that impressive. Even though I like it, I'm not saying I don't. If Goku would win that one. But yeah, I mean, like I said earlier in the call, dude, like all that stuff sounds good to me. Like, if the whole year is just sparring matches like that, I wouldn't even be mad.
I don't think it's gonna last. I think this is all these training matches. I think it's gonna last like another 4, maybe 6 chapters, and then we'll move into whatever this is.
Yeah, well, that's what we said about the superhero arc too. It'll be 4, maybe 6 chapters. It was a year. I'm just saying,
I won't
bro.
complain. I won't complain if it's just back-to-back fights. It's just that I really hope they still show like snippets of what Frieza's doing, in the background, sort of like what they do with Moro, where they had that like extra page where like they were commenting on like Earth being kind of in danger. I want to see more of that if we're not getting Black Frieza immediately. But again, I'm still kind of holding out that End of Z is like coming very soon because Toriyama said that End of Z was approaching after Superhero, and so I mean, yeah, they can milk this 1 year kind of period that they have left, but I really hope I would want Black Frieza like I've told you before to be after End of Z, but
right.
It seems like it's really heading in the direction of it being before End of Z.
Old Pie, Mr. Senpai thinks it'll be before. You're saying you think it'll be after. I'm with you in that I want it to be after, but I think it'll be before. So
yeah,
that's the way I see it. All right, I'm going to put you back in the other room, bro. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. I'm going to bring somebody else in, but I want to first get to the super chats real quick here. Omega TKJ says, oh, yeah, you were asking me about the Goten and Trunks with the Potara since they keep fucking up the fusion. I guess, but they're probably not going to do that. Like, yes, that is possible. I don't know if they're going to do that. Why would you want them to have Potaras and not have them actually figure out how to fuse properly? Like, you giving them a Potara now is like giving them a participation trophy. I'm not saying I'm Goten and Trunks' dad, but you think Vegeta's gonna let them take the easy way out? Oh, just fuse with the Potara. Just don't keep trading your ass off like me and Kakarot. Just use the Potara. Like, he'd be a bad father if he did that, bro. No, let him fucking keep working till he gets the damn fusion right. Am I right? Am I right? Leave an F in the chat. Anyways, Ginger Adventure, I gotta get these super chats here. Ginger Adventure came back clarifying the question. They wrote, I think my question was how they discover the properties of Beast. Does Whis have an idea of what Beast really is and how to control it? I don't think so. I think if so, he would have commented on it already. However, Whis is also very intelligent, so maybe he can figure it out. Or maybe he's keeping quiet for a reason. All of that's possible. I think I know what you mean now. I think what you were talking about is asking the Elder Kai if he knows how the beast form happened. That could be, but I just don't know if they're even going to go there. It's kind of just one of those things that whenever Gohan gets a power up like that, something that they don't always. I mean, that's not really true. They do tend to explain things, so maybe they will. I hope. You know what? I hope you're right. I hope you're right, and they do explain it. I don't want to like. I would love it if we had more information on Beast. Yes, I want more information on Beast. That's what I think. Ricardo Torres must have come in late. He says, did you notice that Beast didn't have pupils against Ultra Instinct Goku? Yes, bro, we talked about it earlier. That was a mistake. Toyotaro publicly said I fucked that up, but I forgot to draw the eyebrows. I forgot to draw the pupils. That was literally like him fucking up and then admitting it. So yes, yes. ASR41A to Senna. Goku wins and is... Oh, I think he means scenarios. Okay. Goku wins and is impressed by Gohan, gives his son tips to control it, or Beerus interrupts the fight since they're destroying his planet. I like the first one more. I like the first scenario more than the second one. This is my opinion. So right now the polls are at 55-45. Goku is still winning. 55% versus 45% Gohan. Okay. I mean, that's fair. Geden Harrison says they need to get Beerus off his ass. He's bored but don't want to spar. I think the spars will be interrupted by a threat or go to the end of Z. Oob. Yeah, but they're not just going to go to the end of Z without wrapping up whatever this is. You know what I mean? Remember how the end of Z starts. End of Z starts with Goku and Goten training. So we'd have to get there, and we're not there yet. We're almost there. So we're almost there, but not quite. I think we need a few more chapters before we actually get to end of Z. Ramez Mikhail says, any chances Goten and Trunks' failed fusion pushes them to leave the fusion alone for some time so Trunks on Goten can rely on their own individual powers for the time being? I would like that. Another good idea from Ramez Mikhail. Mikhail or Michael, I don't know which one it is, bro. I'm trying. If I butcher your name, I apologize. I really do. But yeah, yes, to your question, yes, I would like that. I would like that. I really would. It's something different. So right now the poll slightly shifted. It's now 54% Goku, 46% Gohan. Damn, man. This is like the election night. This is like election night, except this is probably more real and less fake. Bahamut says Piccolo came up with Beast but calls his Orange. I know. Beast is a much cooler name than Orange. I'm surprised. I just didn't call him Gohan Silver. All right, let me get Critical in here. Critical. You're live.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. What did you think about Chapter 102 of Dragon Ball Super?
Yeah, I liked the chapter. Like I said, but yeah, Trunks and Goten, yeah, they gave us the fat Gotens again, and I'm like, it is what it is. But you know, other than that, I did like the chapter for what it was. Like I said, the sparring with Goten and Goku, and you know, I thought that was very well done. The chapter was, you know, and like I said, Goku was there to like, you know, pick up Gohan to bring him on Lord Beer's planet to do training and sparring, you know. So I honestly believe they actually are going to be possibly going against Black Frieza, you know, and I do possibly think that A lot of them would probably get new transformations, maybe including Broly, or possibly just Broly. You know?
Well, I think, yeah, I think that's probably true, but I also think it's gonna be weird because Goten and Trunks being there would almost tell you they're gonna get something new or get some kind of power up or be inspired at
Yeah.
the very least. But I don't know, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I don't know because the problem with Dragon Ball Super and Gohan is that they have done this. They've played this card too many times, where he doesn't take training
Yeah.
seriously, and now he's suddenly doing it again. And how many times can you cry wolf? So I feel like if they fuck this up again, and Gohan ends up again like forgetting to train and becoming a bum again, I think that's going to actually be character assassination. And that's something that I think Anon was talking about earlier for End of Z. I hope that that's something they actually think about and they have and they don't actually go through with it, because I don't want Gohan to go back to being to not taking his training seriously. Even if he becomes a scholar, he can still take his training seriously.
Right. Right. I can understand that, and a lot of people don't want to see that at all. You know, like I'm sure like they want to like see like how Gohan like really actually is and everything like that, and the fact that with his new form and everything like that, I honestly hope like Goku grabbed him for that battle, because it just seems to me it's a coincidence to me that they're really like training so hard and getting ready for Black Frieza. That's just how I'm honestly really seeing it.
Yeah.
I loved it when Lord Beer said, "Stop destroying my planet." That was funny. He told him, "Knock it off."
Yeah, no, it's true, but I mean, Whis can reverse time, so I think the planet will be okay.
Yeah.
Nathan Shivnan says Broly movie Frieza hints at using Broly again. He really doesn't. I rewatched that recently and I was looking for that because I see people in the fandom saying that shit. He really doesn't. He says at the end that he's gonna come back for them, but that doesn't mean he's gonna use Broly again. Like that I don't know where that narrative started. Like I know it's somebody said it and like everything in the fandom it spreads and nobody actually takes a look. Rewatch the Broly movie again. He doesn't like he could be talking about Broly, but he's just saying he's gonna come back and for revenge. That's it. Nothing about I'm gonna manipulate Broly again. So Critical, who do you think's gonna win the fight next chapter if we even get a winner?
Goten. I want it to be Goten. Goku has
Goten. It's Goku versus Gohan.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, fucking Gohan.
You got Gohan and Goten confused?
No.
Yes, you did. You just said Goten. Then you said, I mean Gohan.
Wait, I meant to say Gohan.
Okay. Do you have a reason?
Well, yeah, because every time like Goku wins, bro, it's just ridiculous, man. Like, I like Goku as much as anything, but I want other characters.
I
and
see what you mean.
Gohan like wins, bro.
I see what you mean.
Here's the thing with Gohan, right? Like, I wanted him to win even in the Majin Buu like saga, and when Buu absorbed him, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me, this is bullshit. I just want him to like finally get the trophy this time. And as much as I would say it, because yes, Goku always.
Well, he
wins,
got the trophy he got the trophy in the movie though when he killed Cell Max.
He did, yeah, and that's what I liked about the film. But I also would want to see him get it again.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. But the thing is, it's kind of funny though, because people will say things like Goku always wins and he really doesn't, and then people will say Goku always loses and he really doesn't. But I think what you're talking about is, I think I could be wrong, but I think what you're trying to say is that you think Gohan should win to keep the momentum going, because if Gohan had never gotten Beast, this fight would never have happened. Goku wouldn't care. Once Goku sensed like all that energy coming from Gohan, that's what led to him even caring. He wouldn't give a shit otherwise. So I feel like it would be stupid if Goku just beats him easily and then is like, well, I guess it wasn't that. I guess you ain't shit. I'm bored with you already. That's why I think people saying that Goku's gonna win the fight next month. I'm not saying you're wrong. That's not what I'm saying, but it's not gonna be an easy win if he does win. It can't be, because if Goku wins now, it buries the entire movie and it buries Gohan, because Gohan has this new fucking form that Goku's amazed by, and if it's gonna be this easy ass fucking fight where Goku doesn't even sweat, that's bullshit. So I think people I think it's really stupid when that fans are complaining about, oh, how could he be so strong? Motherfucker, if he wasn't so strong, Goku would one-shot him, and then what? You've killed the entire fucking superhero movie. You've killed Goku's interest in Gohan along with the entire fandom. Oh, okay, I guess he ain't that strong. Moving on. Like, people... Fuck, I'm not gonna rant about the fandom right now because
but
it's just that fucking like immature, underdeveloped, emotional fucking people in this fandom, bro, crying and whining about shit without even realizing there's a reason why Goku didn't just squash him, bro. Because if Goku squashed him, we don't care about Gohan anymore. This ain't that hard to figure out, bro. Dragon Ball, honestly, bro, is like fucking algebra. You got motherfuckers thinking it's like fucking calculus, bro. Like, oh, I don't understand. Very simple shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why Gohan, if Goku wins, it's not going to be easy. It'll be by the skin of his teeth. It has to be. It has to be. He has to barely eke out the win. Because if not, you've wasted our time.
Yeah, agreed. I like I said, I want Gohan to win this fight.
Yeah, but
really
again, even if he doesn't win, he can't just get jobbed. You know?
Yeah.
Claudio 87 Amorosi says, hey, Geekdom, the fight Goku versus Gohan will be a draw. I think Goku will stop the fight to gauge Gohan, and it will lead to Gohan and Broly fighting. Possibly Gohan will help Broly control his power. You know what? I love it. That's the best idea we've had so far. Thank you, I love that idea from Claudio. Thank you. That's a great, great scenario. I'm going to repeat what Claudio said. He thinks that in the Goku-Gohan fight next month, it'll be a draw. Goku will stop the fight to gauge Gohan's power, and it'll lead to Gohan versus Broly, maybe for Chapter 104. And then Gohan could help Broly control his power after that fight. So, I actually like that.
That would be good. That would be absolutely amazing to see. But the point is to have like Gohan there and also Broly. Think about that too, because why did like Goku actually bring Gohan to Lord Beer's planet to train him, but to also possibly train with Broly to also control his power? So yeah, he is correct about that.
Yeah. Nathan says rewatch the movie today. That's why I said that. And okay, I'll watch it again, bro. I'm not sure that that was a change for the sub or not. I just don't recall him actually saying I have more plans for Broly. Maybe he did, and I just missed it. I don't recall that, but all right. Either way, Broly needs to fight Black Frieza because
yes,
let's not forget that Frieza lied to him about what happened to his father. Frieza told him, "Oh, you killed him," when really Frieza killed him. So like that's unfinished business. That is unfinished business right there, folks.
And you know Broly needs to handle his business ASAP. You know.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where he was having a meltdown over his dad dying, right? And he thought it was his fault when it was Frieza the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, that's what happened. So, all right, brother. Well, thanks for stopping by. And we'll see you soon.
Yep. Take care, bro. Later.
Oh, alrighty. Okay, I think that might wrap it up for today. I think what we're going to do is we're going to probably, I guess, tomorrow I've got a video coming out with Mr. Senpai where we're going to preview Chapter 103, like both of us together, like we do every month. And then Saturday I have a video coming out about Goten and Trunks, so make sure you're here for that. And I want to, again, thank you for all the support, especially lately. It means a lot to me, and I hope that this is the year of the dragon and that we all get good shit. This is a good manga chapter. Hopefully Daima will deliver, and hopefully we'll all just have good shit to talk about, you know what I mean? And to criticize and to shit on if it sucks. But I can't, there's not much to criticize about chapter 102, man. There just isn't. It was a good chapter. Let me get to this last super chat here from Larry Whitworth Jr. He says, I think the fight will be a draw too. Beerus will get tired of all the damage in his planet and knock them out. You know what? That could also be another scenario. The Beerus getting tired. I think he'll get tired of it, but he won't stop it until like Goku stops it. Remember, Whis can reverse time to fix the damage. So anytime the planet is damaged, Whis can just fix it with his wand. So he can be mad like he is right now, but he'll get over it once he eats. That's how he is. Anyways, y'all, have a good one. Take care. I will see you tomorrow for that preview video.